Hello, Gavin. How are you today? Looks like it is you and I. So that means the announcement did go out right away because you're here. Gavin says, hello, Mehran. Says, woohoo, I beat everyone. You sure did. They're all fast asleep, I guess. Says, Mehran, you cannot get rid of these live chats on your channel. When I retire and I'm going to sit in front of my porch and listen to these while I drink tea. Okay, fair enough. As long as YouTube is here, I guess the channel is. But someday when I go, then I gotta make sure that it's gonna be on. Who knows? Says these videos I play while I am studying and let them just play in background. For some reason, they keep me calm. Good. Says, where is everyone? I did get a notification on time. Yeah. Looks like there's 6 of us here, but there's only you and I talking. 6 concurrent viewers, 2 likes, which means 4 people don't like us. Or they're scared of us. Or maybe they're scared of the ugly stick. I didn't talk about it for a while. I wonder why people are hesitant to come on in. But I think there is something, as you mentioned today, I think there's something wrong with this thing. Dawn is here. It says, Dawn, good morning, love. Hello, darling. You changed your screen thumbnail, right? It says, hope you're well. I can sleep 4:06 a.m. You can't sleep, then I think you've had too much wine, because kang is not a word in English Canadian. Maybe it is a British word that I'm not aware of, but kang sleep is something I'm unfamiliar with, darling. So maybe too much wine. Keep those bottles back where they belong. But why can't you sleep? Yes, I got that. Too much on your mind, maybe, huh? What are you worried about? Job? How's the job hunting going? What's your system there? Isn't the government helping you all? Our government here actually helps everyone. Pretty much. Everyone. And Kevin said, have you tried to do live in morning time with 9 or 10? I tried, but I was sleepy. Like I didn't, because I slept about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, for example, today I did some, after a few days not doing trims, I did some trims. It took like 3-4 hours just to do 3 videos. And plus possible carpal tunnel syndrome. Because the laptop, you got to keep holding your hand like this and move it and then click, because I don't use a mouse. I have this computer, it's a bigger computer. I have a mouse on it, but they're not compatible. And yeah, okay. Dawn's gone to get her reading glasses on. Just use the bottle right beside you, Dawn. It's thick enough. If you look through it, it will do the job until you go and get it, yeah? She's going to scream at the other end and says, look, what makes you think I'm drinking? Nothing, just cag sleep. It just, that's what gave it away. And hang on. Check something here. Uh-huh. But you're still okay, so you haven't been called back yet. She says, "Lol, I haven't had a drink for ages, cheeky." But hey, how can I tell? All I can see is Sherlock Holmes stuff. I cag sleep. I mean, what am I supposed to say? That's what usually happens when people, you know, sniff the bottle. At least that's what I've heard. Nikki says hello from Australia. Oh my goodness, somebody by name Nikki from Australia. How the heck did you find us? Nobody calls us from Australia. Only one or two, or possibly three, and one from New Zealand. That's it. And but this is actually purposely made at this time for our Australian friends, New Zealanders, and Singapore, Philippines, India, Pakistan, Iran, UAE, and Asian countries plus Australia and New Zealand would be able to connect with us. So I'm delighted that you're here. It's 1:08 p.m. here. Yes, purposely for Australia, I've made this evening show, which no one from there loves us or shows up. So useless. What can we do then? Nikki, and could you let us a little bit information about yourself, such as what David has done down below, down under. Says M25 Dallas, stand for male 25 Dallas. So gender, age, where you're tuning in from. I know Australia, and I believe it's Nikki, lady. So we need the age. And Roller Girl says, hi, Mehran, and all. Crystal, 55, finally. She doesn't have to say almost. And you can say far from 56. Says, Crystal, far from 56, Vegas. Crystal, 55, Vegas. And Gavin says, true, Mehran, Canadian people and Canadian government is way, way better than U.S. We talk about it in America. Canada is a great country. They take care of their people. They do. Almost everybody is getting paid here through this pandemic. And the Prime Minister is a great guy, very thorough in his approach of taking care of people. And so they have been helping people with their money because everybody had to stop working, pretty much. So at least this will continue for, I don't know, another month or two. I don't know, something like that, if they don't extend it. And Nets says, good morning, Nets. Don't forget the protocol. And Nikki says, going through HOCD, it's awful. I'm 17. Welcome, Nikki. And Nikki, on my channel, there is a playlist called Intrusive, Transient, OCD, HOCD, Negative Thoughts. In this playlist, you will have something about 50 videos. Among this 50, 20 of them have numbers. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on. Watch those 20 videos. They're specifically made to address HOCD, and underneath the description of every video of those 20, you will have links of scientists, doctors, psychotherapists, and their explanation and their views and their studies, and specifically Dr. Philipson, Dr. Jane Weiner, and definitely Dr. Schwartz. And his presentation on the work of Dr. Grable with her student at MIT, Kyle Smith, who've demonstrated the neuroscience of habit, and they've demonstrated what happens, which we can sum up, that when the obsession and compulsion are there present in OCD, and you do the compulsion because of the obsession, every time you do the compulsion, there is dopamine secreted, which then makes you feeling of satisfaction. You did something good and rewards you. And after a while, you're no longer doing it just because of obsession. You're now doing it also to get a kick out of the dopamine. So you're addicted to dopamine. And then after a while, because the dopamine center and the habitual center, the center for the habit center, they're all on top of each other, pretty soon, keep doing it for dopamine, it also intrigues and stimulates the habit center, and it becomes your habit. Once it becomes habit, it becomes a little bit more challenging to get rid of. So you watch Dr. Schwartz's link I've put in there, or watch all the videos that I have put for you, the 20, which I have used Dr. Schwartz parts that it's relevant to my delivery, and it should give you lots of information. And we have David says hello. Hello, David. David said, and maybe good night. Okay. What is it, 11 o'clock there? It's only 10 o'clock. You are turning into a baby. Are you getting older or younger? You're 25 now, but you're sleeping earlier than a few months ago when you were 24 still. And Nazra is here. Says, hi, Mehran. Hi, my dear Mehran. And Nazra, 21, female from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Hello there. Good to see you. You've been absent for a while. Hope all is well with you. Roller Girl says, lol, far from 56. Good one. Yeah, that's right. And Nikki says, okay, thank you. You're quite welcome, dear. And don't worry, by the way. Just learn it and you will see what's happening. And you'll know what to do. You'll be fine. Just don't be fooled by thoughts. Watch those 20 videos and you will know what you need to know. All right, looks like we're caught up. So what? It's time to say goodnight, is it? No, it's only 17 minutes. So we'll have a sip of tea, tip of tea. I don't know who's been drinking then. And John Anesi is here, says, hey, Mehran. John, Syracuse, 29. Currently trying to let go over my relationship because it's just not healthy for me anymore. Didn't we say that a month ago? Didn't you get shit here and the ugly stick on top of it? What happened? You forgot. Is it time to renew? Go get your helmet, motorcycle helmet, and then we'll mail this stick. And he says, it's amazing how the order you used to can really affect the mind. Anxious, yes, of course. But now that you know about what happens in your psyche when you go through a breakup, then you should be able to manage it well, because you're no longer someone who doesn't know what happens up here. So rely on it. Knowing something is not good enough. Turning what you know into action, in other words, using what you know in order to remedy the challenges that you face, whether it's from outside by other people or from inward from the thoughts that show up in your head, you should be able to use your knowledge and deal with it. Nikki says, is it normal for false feelings to come as well, like intrusive feelings maybe? Of course. This is a malfunction of the signaling system. And you will learn, when I have discussed it in the videos and Dr. Schwartz's research, that caudate nucleus is the one that usually works all these images and thoughts and shuts them down automatically when your inner value system knows everything about you, such as your gender and everything, and automatically responds to the prefrontal cortex when these intrusive thoughts appear. But caudate nucleus, when it stops functioning properly, malfunctions, the signals of no, I'm not interested, shut that thing off, doesn't get to prefrontal cortex. So that's why they keep keeping the images and thoughts there, and repetition of it creates activities in your brain. When they scan the brain, they see lots of activities, and when you're not in the OCD glitch, it simply doesn't have much activity. It's very calm. And this continuous activity keeps you thinking, oh, it's staying, so it must mean something. It means nothing. It means nonsense. It means malfunction of the signaling system of the brain, and that's all. You'll learn it, and you'll be able to deal with it, to diss it, recognize it, ignore it, and move on with your life until it automatically rewires itself through your behavior and the way you treat these thoughts. Then it rewires itself, called neuroplasticity, and it gets the caudate nucleus working. Eventually, you learn how to manage it, and you retrain your brain to do what needs to be done according to how it's always been and how you're put together. So, but watch the videos, they have all the explanation. If I start talking about it, it'll be like 5-6 hours. And all right, I've got a bunch of good videos that I'm trimming from the live talks that we've had during the past 3-4 days, but I'm behind because, you know, my wrist was hurting because of all these trimmings, cutting. So therefore, hopefully I'll have them on within the next few days. Hopefully. Nikki says, is it best to just ignore the thoughts and not react? Absolutely. I react with fear. Don't. Don't react with fear. Fear is thought-based. You're reacting. That fear is a reaction to a thought. And thought has no substance, has no actuality, has no reality. It's a thought, Nikki. And thought is just simply that. Thought. Not fact, not action, not your gender, not reality. Watch those videos, because if I want to explain, I will have to take shortcuts, and it would lose its effect. Be patient. Watch those videos, 1 or 2 a day. Some of them are long, wordy, but that's okay. You need the repetition to get it into your head and understand the whole process of thinking. And you will get information that you've never had about thoughts and consciousness, you and thoughts, and what is what, which is which. Are you thoughts? Are you brain? Are you the brain? And you will learn that you can be free if you understand how this works, and its powers and its malfunctions and its limitations. And then you separate yourself from thought, because that's the fact. And I've explained there how and why, especially in video 11. But you go through 1 through 20 patiently and enjoy it. This is your opportunity to learn. The ones who come up with OCD or HOCD and all kinds of subsets of OCD, it's their opportunity to learn something that they would have never learned about this. So this will never ever in your life, after you learn the stuff that we're talking about on those playlists, never ever be able to bamboozle you and dominate you or control you or dictate to you. And you will know what thought is, you will know what consciousness, you will know what you is, the me, and you will be free from all that nonsense. And it will be annoying, yes, because that makes you react with physical emotions and reactions to the thought. But once you understand them, eventually you know how to manage them, and then you let them be, and they'll let you be. So you let the thoughts be, and then they will let you be. But thoughts mean nothing, do nothing. They're just suggestions, not deity, not mandates, not facts. They don't know more than you know about you. So There's a you, there's a me, and there's thoughts. And you're the boss of the thoughts. You judge the thoughts, not that you take commands from them or instructions from them. Just watch the videos. You'll be fine. Gavin says, a video you put out today, the 117-minute long, was great. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think that's the one talks about inferiority. Yeah. I should add that to maybe, no, I think we have enough on the subject of the HOCD, because one of those 20 videos also discusses inferiority. All right. So we have another maybe 35 minutes to go. Nikki, I hope you have subscribed to our channel, and I hope you have liked the live streaming. We need more people to know about this channel. We are hardly found, while we pretty much, as thousands of people have said, and comments on all the videos show you, our content is pretty much second to none, none whatsoever. Blowing my own horn here, but hey, somebody has to do it, and but we are not found on YouTube, hardly, or by accident. And how did you find us? So we need as much support as we can. If you can share the videos on social media, or the video that we have for letting people know that we have a live stream. It's a 2-minute one, which is, this is the link for it. Just if you share this on your social media, that will let people know that we have live stream and what we talk about. And that would be good. That helps them to know we are here, and helps us for them to know we are here. And so as you can see, with the number of live talks that we have every day, 2 a day, 1 o'clock and 8 o'clock Vancouver time, both PM. We only have 11 people here. During the day, sometimes we have like 30, but mostly we are in the 20 range. So which means we have a hard time being noticed. So any kind of a promo or referral or something, it helps us. Nikki says, was in my recommended search. Oh, really? What did you search for? You mean the live stream was on your search, or you were searching for a certain topic? Gavin says, Nikki says, I will subscribe and like. Thank you for your help. You're quite welcome. My pleasure. And Gavin says, Mehran, what you do when you are bored? You mean me, or what one does? Or what's your hobby? Oh, my hobby. Well, these days, there's not much really when I get bored. So it's different than the days that life is normal. Those days I would go biking, or I would go to the gym, or I would go horseback riding, which I haven't ridden for so long, but that's what I would have done. But these days, I trim videos, I make videos, I ponder, I write articles that I want to talk about, that I know will help people with HOCD and OCD. These are on my mind these days. I ponder and walk on the beach, the sea walk, and ponder about ways that I can make this more understood, and find ways to help people to get over this nonsense. And I do some exercise. I watch some programs, some research, some things that is fun. I go shopping, buy some food. Regular stuff that everybody does. But sometimes late at night I go at the beach. Always late at night I go for a 6-kilometer walk. And sometimes I stop when there's nobody there. It's all just me and the ocean. I do some exercise, some meditation, or do some physical exercise when nobody's around. It's like 12 midnight, something like that. It's not much really. You know, I'd probably take my bike maybe one of these days and go for a bike ride. That's it. And Roller Girl says, I liked, and thank you very much, Roller Girl. Nikki says, I search for HOCD help. I also watch Chrissy Hodges as well. Yeah, she's good too. She's knowledgeable about her experiences, and it's a good channel. And what was the ranking of when you searched for HOCD? Where was my recommendation came up on your search? And what was your search? Did you just search HOCD on its own, or there was a sentence or word behind it? And then how far was I from the top? We're still trying to figure out how it works. John Anesi says, do you believe in being friends with an ex after a breakup? Depends on what you mean friend. If she calls you and she needs something, yes, you'd be there for her. But you don't call her. It's a breakup. Let her be, live her life, wish her well, and respect yourself and wish yourself well and go on about your life. There's a reason they call it break off, not little break off. Break up. Yeah? Says it's a breakup. So leave it at that. So he says, I know there are some guys that don't believe you can ever just be friends. Just wondering what you think about it. I think you should leave it alone. Once you break up, that means you've tried to make sure it doesn't break up, but you guys couldn't get to some compromise or understanding, and the divisions and conflicts between the consciousnesses exists, so therefore it's acting on it, and for some reason it's not working for you, and then you got to leave it. And I just remembered now your situation. You are actually have more reason to leave it than anybody else that I have seen. Just move on. That is not healthy for you. And don't be friends. It will stop you from, don't be enemies, that's for sure. Wish her well. And if she ever called you, needed something that you could do without hindering your own life, by all means. But do not continue that connection. That's my answer, my suggestion for that question. Sports Edit Dude 12 says, why does same-sex attraction feel so strong and real? You're awesome, by the way. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Because it's a thought, and you are conditioned to react to thoughts. A thought, a brain is very powerful, and therefore you react as you're conditioned to whatever you think. As I mentioned before, if you imagine sour grape right now, sour grape, you go into the vineyard and you see all grapes are still green, not ripe yet at all, far with a few months left, and you take one and it's just so sour that you can't, and then you get a lemon, you cut the lemon and just squish it in your mouth, and you can see you're salivating right now. But there is no lemon or sour grape. It's a thought and an image. And in my videos, in the 20 videos, I've explained the association of sex is what you're reacting to, not to that same gender. But you mistakenly think it's the same gender that you're reacting to sexually, but it's the thought of sex, and in your case, is with a woman. But because you have same body parts and the other male has same body parts, and you see his chances with the women and you associate his looks and his body parts with what you associate your body parts with, then the mix-up happens. Negative thought gets a hold of it, runs with it, and you think you're actually reacting to the guy, which is a lot more explained in my video. So go for it there and figure it out. as it's explained thoroughly there. DJ Media says, I keep obsessing. All right. And Rakisha Kumar says, the girl I loved went in relationship with someone and now she's hurt and broken up with him. Now she doesn't want to be in relationship. She wants me as a friend only. I love her. What do I do? Tell her I can't be your friend because I'm still not over you and I need to be away so I can go on and find another girl that I would have things in common and she would be on the same page. And it's not healthy for you right now and it's not healthy for me. Simple. And don't ask her to be with you or anything. Just say the truth and move on. But tell her, if you ever needed me, you can call me, and if I can do something, by all means I'll do. But don't pursue her. Leave her alone. John Anesi says, thanks, Mehran. Everyone says the same thing to me. God bless. All right. You're welcome. But if everyone says that to you and you see the point, then you should act on it now. And respect yourself. And DJ Media says, I keep obsessing over a thought that disturbs me. But at the same time, I have a thought that I would enjoy it, and that makes me mad. HOCD, yes. And again, as I mentioned to Nikki, go to my playlists of the channel and open up the playlist called Intrusive, Transient, OCD, HOCD, Negative Thoughts. And watch the videos from number 1 to number 20. There are 50 videos there, but watch the videos that are numbered. Number 1, number 2, and so on to number 20. You will have the information you need, and in the description of those videos, you have the links for Dr. Schwartz, Dr. Philipson, Dr. Jan Weiner, and you will get to a lot more therapists and scientists and other regular people. I've put the links there, and through those links and the 20 videos that I've made for you guys, you will know the stuff that you need to know, and to know what this thing is and how it behaves and how you should behave with it and manage it and move on with your life balanced and happy. And Don says, won't let me. I meant, what? Did you say something? Oh, there's one above. Says, Don says, my liked video won't show on my page. Oh, really? They are private and I can't change that. Some people think I'm not a real person because my channel is blank. YouTube won't let me change them. Oh, when did you change the name of your channel? If it's not 90 days, maybe that's why you can't change it or something. But the settings should be able to change it anytime. The private, I don't understand that. I got to check it out. Says, I really need my glasses, lol. Your glasses, and stay away from that bottle, Just saying. Don't want to get out of it. Yeah, well, there you go. All right. And Sport Edit says, you give great tips. I appreciate these lives. They help a lot, truly. Delighted to hear that. Sport Edit Dude. Now, by the way, Sports Edit Dude, you're supposed to let me know the protocol. Like everybody has a protocol when they come here, age, gender, and where they tune in from. For example, David says M25, Dallas. So male, 25, Dallas. And everybody, if you look at it, they have a protocol already put in here. And Nikki says, I can't remember, but it was below top, below top 3, I think. I watched another live of yours a few months ago and found you funny and likable. Well, I appreciate that. I do the same, actually. I think I like myself, and I do crack myself up, especially when I'm alone. I better be alone, because otherwise people think the guy is crazy. You know, I used to drive from Vancouver to Portland to do my martial art trainings. That was like 40 years ago, as I had started in university, and I was still continuing after, immigrated to Canada. So every weekend I would drive and do my training, and then late at nights I would drive back. And late at night, I'm talking about late at night. So while I was driving all by myself, I would tell jokes or make up jokes, and I don't know, do accents and do things that would make me laugh. And sometimes I would laugh hard because, it was just new stuff. It was not always repetitious jokes. And then some cars would pass by and say, who's this guy laughing by himself? And those were not the days that you could have Bluetooth, whatever it is. I forgot the name of it. Blue whatever, that earphone stuff. So, or even the earphones, and you could talk on the phone. So it was actually, I could be considered maybe a little bit crazy if somebody didn't know that I'm actually telling jokes while I'm driving. So I appreciate that you enjoy the live talks. And says, I will definitely be watching those videos. Good. Very good. That'll be good for you. At least I think. But you be the judge of that. And Rakesha Kumar says, I should not talk to her. Rakesha, I really don't remember what I say from a moment before, because there's so many people that I answer the questions and I go back and forth. So I really don't know what it is that I said. Whatever I said, this will be uploaded in an hour or so, and you can refer to it. DG Media says, thought I was done with this HOCD thoughts. We're done. A new thought came. Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. If you understand the nature of thought, what thought is, then you understand that 90,000 thoughts show up in your head, and they're all intrusive. But the thing is, most of them we don't even realize, and we're doing our thing. Some of them that are really important to us, suddenly, and then there's a glitch of OCD with it, sticks. Because you should know, 94.7 or 9% of the population of the world have intrusive thoughts. And the other 6%, they're either lying or they just haven't figured it out, that's intrusive thought. So they haven't noticed it. But when they don't have a OCD glitch, they just recognize the intrusive thoughts, and it annoys them. They say, ooh, what was that? And then they go on, because caudate nucleus works properly, and there is no malfunction of the signaling system, and it shuts down the image and the intrusive thoughts, because it knows, based on your gender, that these thoughts automatically they disappear. But when it malfunctions and you have OCD, the glitch keeps the thought and the image there, and that's the problem. Otherwise, everybody has intrusive thoughts. Pedophile intrusive thoughts, harm OCD or intrusive thoughts, all kinds of OCD and intrusive thoughts. Everybody, every single person has it. But because of OCD and the glitch of malfunction in signaling malfunction, it stays and affects many people differently. And almost everybody eventually will get them if they haven't. There's a big percentage. And whether it's because of all these waves or what it is, or that affects the malfunctioning, all of that is happening in the brain. But you got to understand that this brain is not perfect, and it has malfunctions. And just like the biological part of our entity malfunctions, we're okay with it because we've been conditioned and learned it from childhood that malfunctions of physical body, biological system is normal. It happens. You get diarrhea, you get all kinds of stomach ache, vomit, throw up, headaches, this and that. You're aware of that. But you never thought that brain can also malfunction. That's why to you, it's, oh, how could it be? Because all you heard since childhood is, oh, you can do math. Brain does math, is responsible to do math. So brain is intelligence. No, thought is not intelligence. Brain can do math, but that doesn't mean that it's actually free from malfunctioning. It too, like the biological part of our being, malfunctions. We get diarrhea, we get OCD, HOCD, and all kinds. That's a neuroscience of that's a problem within the neurons. A bunch of neurons coming up with thoughts, and the pool of thought that is available in the consciousness, it goes malfunction and picks up whatever. And in my video number 8, I have described why it is at all possible for intrusive thoughts to be accessed by the brain. And what happens that it makes it possible for such mishmash happen and such intrusive thoughts have the brain have to have the possibility of accessing them. How does it work? So there's some explanation there, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Sports Edit says, I'm 16, male from Ohio. Oh, I see. All right. I would appreciate these information to be given to me right off the bat, because I would like to know a little cultural background, the gender, and at the same time, the age is very important for me to know what age I'm talking to. And so thank you for that. And Nikki says, I talk to myself as well. Yeah, well, we all do, don't we? And Rakesh Kumar says, I thought I should talk to her and fill the spot over time. Not healthy for me. I don't know, you decide. You will try and you will see how she feels, and then you will make a conclusion together. But it's up to you. You will see. And Nikki says, I find exercise is great for OCD and rumination. Absolutely. And also remember, one of the things is very, very important, which increases the GABA neurotransmitters to about 30%, which GABA neurotransmitters, now scientifically it's proven, they don't just know what part of the brain is responsible for what action, they also now know what neurotransmitter is managing what. So the GABA neurotransmitter is very important in managing anxiety, depression, and intrusive thoughts. So meditation is very important to manage, to get rid of that glitch, and helps to manage the disorder. And of course, serotonin and melatonin increases by 300-400%. Cortisol decreases by 50%. I think it's DHEA, or I forgot the DHEA, I believe, increases, growth hormones increase, all naturally by just doing meditation. And I have the how to meditate instructions right there on the channel, which we did many times on our live streams. So pick that up, guys, and meditate and become stronger mentally and balance in every way. And do your exercises and fitness level and all that. It's all good for you. Difference between intrusive and real thoughts. You go to my playlist, and on I've explained that. You probably pick it up there. And 16 male Texas. Thank you for that. Make Your Touch says, Guten Morgen, Mail 26 Germany, Guten Morgen, wie geht's heute? Geht's gut? All right, guys, we are 49 minutes. We've got about 12 minutes or so. If there are any questions, please shoot. I look forward to go for a walk by the ocean, maybe for an hour or so before it's too dark. That would be good. I've been doing lots of trimmings today, and I can't wait till I get out of the my place and get some move. And Don says, I'm going to try and have an hour sleep now before I have to get up. Catch you soon, love. Love you lots. Thank you very much, dear. And make sure if you couldn't sleep, just do a little bit of that meditation that we did on the live streamings. And the instruction is there. You can do the short version, just focus on the breathing, or the long version and just do the concentration meditation, not the big breathing exercise. Breathe normally and do concentration meditation, and it will bring the ripples of the mind to a much lower frequency, and then lets you kind of bring the mind to closer to the activation. Of course, it never gets deactivated, but lowers the activity there, and then you'll fall asleep. And Nikki says, how often do you do these live videos daily? Yeah, I have 2 live streamings daily. One at 1 p.m. Vancouver time, and this one, 8 p.m. Vancouver time, which is probably your 12 or 1 o'clock Australia time. And if you guys ever needed to talk to me directly, you know what to do. If you don't, I'm going to give you guys this link, so it will help you to know how you can reach me for a one-on-one on Skype. This is a 47-second promo video that can help you to know a little bit more about how to reach me if you guys need it too. And Nikki says, we'll be updating how I manage my OCD over the coming weeks. Of course, that would be good. And Mike, Make Your Touch says, how to forget an ex 5 months breakup. You mean it's been 5 months since you broke up, with not meeting new people, 3 years long term relationship with this girl from my homeland, Morocco. Due to me pursuing my studies in Germany, we both turned 26. So you're both 26. You've been together for 5 years, since 19 years old, what? Since 21 years old. And then no, 3 years. So you've been together for 3 years, then you left to come to Germany for your education. And it's been now 5 months since you guys broke up. Is that what you're saying? What the thing is? So you were maybe 22 each, or 24, 23 when you got to know each other, and then 5 months ago you broke up. All right. How to forget? No difference than any other way to forget. Right now we are close to the end of our discussion, but go to my channel, playlist How to Move On. Playlist name is How to Move On, or just type in on the search engine of my channel a word that describes what you're feeling, and there's bound to be a video on it. There's over 1,700 videos on this channel, plus the live talks. We've discussed about over 22,000 questions, either standalone videos or discussions, separate videos on its own, or discussions and live talks. Because right now, if I want to explain that, that'll be a lot more than 10, 15, 20 minutes. But all those videos are there. Just go on the playlist How to Move On, look at the playlist names, and then pick the one that you like, and then choose the videos in it. Your answers are all there. you won't run out of videos. That's for sure. Well, okay, guys, this is pretty much about an hour, and I think unless there's some short social stuff, otherwise, it's time for me to wrap it up. So, on that note, it's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here. Oh, there are 14 of us here and 10 likes. What happened to the other 4? Should I get the ugly stick? Get on with it, guys. Fragile's finger. Push the like, because YouTube needs to know how wonderful we are. And if we don't have enough likes, they don't get fooled to think that we are such an amazingly popular channel. So go to it, please. And while I'm saying goodnight to you guys, you can just click on like and get that done. So I love you all. Thank you very much for being here and giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I look forward to talk to you again, maybe tomorrow at 1 p.m. Vancouver, or tomorrow night, possibly at 8 p.m. Vancouver time. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.